All right, we're gonna show you the 2020 Premium Phase 5 skim line. All these boards are handmade with the best materials and construction methods to give you the durable, great ride that Phase 5 is known for.
This board is the Hipsta. Great board for all-around riders. I really like it for getting super far back in the wave. You got a really wide tail with a slight fish. So here we're running a tri-fin setup. We have a 2-inch in the center and 2 fakie fins on the side for a little extra stability.
So for 2020, the Hipsta is gonna come in a 50-inch, and it's gonna be made with our Cuda skin with a carbon stringer. Super fun board, great for any rider. This is the 2020 Phase 5 Diamond Love. This is a scaled down version of the diamond shape, specifically kind of scaled down for the ladies. A little bit narrower tail so you don't have so much speed going to the boat. It's still gonna be a super fast board, super responsive. It comes with our holographic striped carbon fiber, so you get a little sparkle in your board. This board will come with a 1-inch fin. If it's a little too slippery, you can always upsize to a 2-inch fin. Sweet graphic for 2020.
This is a must-have for the ladies. You know what they say, diamond is a woman's best friend.
It's my wife's favorite board. All right, this is our 2020 Phase 5 Diamond. This board's been in the lineup for a handful of years now. Always a good seller. Last year, for 2019, we boxed the tail out a little bit so you have a wider diamond tail. What that does is gives you a little bit more speed. It lets you stay on your back foot a little bit more without having to lean forward for your speed all the time. 2020 Diamond's fully wrapped with our gator skin technology, which makes it nice and stiff and very durable. It's gonna come in a tri-fin setup, single fin in the middle. It'll be your 1-inch fin, 2 fakie fins on the outside. This board comes in a 51-inch, a 54-inch, and a 57-inch. The 57-inch will come with a 2-inch center fin for a little extra grip.
Got a cool graphic here for 2020.
And the other new thing for 2020 is the Diamond Limited. This board is about 20% lighter than the normal construction, and it's made with our Featherlight 3D carbon. Super strong, super stiff, nice and light, really fast and responsive.
Here we have the Leo skimboard designed by world champion wakesurfer Jody Grassman. She designed this board with a thinner core for faster speed down the line of the wave. She also has a stub nose for revert riding and better spin tricks. I like the look of this board because it's wrapped with carbon and Negra on the top.
Yeah, this board comes with not our standard fin on all the other boards. It comes with the 1.2-inch wave fin. We'll talk more about the fins later on, but that's what comes stock on this board, and it comes in 3 sizes, 46-inch, 50-inch, and a 54-inch. Fresh new graphic for 2020.
All right, here we have the 2020 Hammerhead. This is a cool looking board, a lot different than anything you've ever shaped, Drew, so please tell me a little bit of what you were thinking when you designed this board.
Yeah, so we definitely made some pretty drastic changes for 2020. The Hammerhead's been a great board for us, and talking with Bob, and it was time to do something new. And Bob actually had this idea of like a peanut shape, and he cut one out and he brought it out to me, and I looked at it, and it's very eye-catching. It's really something new and different to look at. And I told Bob, as long as it can ride good, I think it's a home run, and took it out and rode it. And the big differences that I noticed is on a regular skimboard, you know, you got a rounder rail, so your first point of contact is going to be the middle of that rail in the wave, which allows your board to kind of pivot a little bit. So now you got more leading edge in the water, which helps you stay in there. It keeps you a little bit more stability, and it keeps the board pointed down the line. The other thing it does is it puts the volume of the board right underneath your feet where all your weight is. So it keeps it super fast when you're pumping down the line. You don't have to lean on the front foot all the time, and the nice wide tail makes it really poppy. So it still has, we kept our traditional hammerhead nose, which the shape is known for, so when you're riding revert, it's still super fast, really responsive. And yeah, fresh new graphic on the standard one.
Here we got your LTD. This one's built with the carbon and Negra and the Featherlight 3D carbon. This board's spectacular, I can't wait to try it. This new shape is so funky.
For 2020, the Hammerhead will come in 3 sizes, 50-inch, 53-inch, and a 55-inch.
This is one of the must-try boards for 2020. Shaped by the man himself, Drew Danielo.
Here we got the 2020 Phase 5 Matrix. This board really caught fire in 2019. A lot of people riding it. John, you kind of started your whole wake surfing on this board, right?
Yeah, the Matrix has done a lot for me. It blossomed my career, I would say. For 2020, something new to this board is a carbon strip down the center for a little extra stiffness and strength. Also, what I really love about this board is the thin core, which has a hard rail, which really grabs the wave and it adds a lot of speed to your riding. It's super feather light, so all my tricks on the top of the wave, shove-its and things like that, were super fast. Comes with the 1-inch fin, which adds a lot of release, good for shove-its, 360s.
So the Matrix, I know it comes in a 48-inch, a 51-inch, a 53-inch, and a 56-inch. And I know we'll get into fins later, but a lot of guys, I think including yourself, kind of went from the 1-inch fin down to a 0.8 Talon fin.
Absolutely. Another cool thing about this board is I use this board for coaching a lot, from beginners. It has a very thin profile, so it's very easy to get under a rider to get up in the first place. And just like I said, I've won multiple contests on this board. It's from pro to beginner. This is an all-around board to have on the boat.
Brand new board for 2020, the Phase 5 Key. This board's designed by Sean Silvera.
Sean's been blowing minds in the wake surf scene lately with a bunch of cool new tricks that not many people have seen. He designed his board with a snub nose, which takes off like a little bit of the board. So if you're riding a 52, it might feel like a 51, which adds a little more spin in your tricks, a little more forgiveness on your rotations. He also pulled in the tail a little bit, which gives it a more aggressive ride, a little more edge off your bottom turns to give good release off your airs. He also went with the cool graphic with the 1-inch fin. Sean Silvera rides it finless, so you can take your fin out to do more shove-its. Keep that fin in there to get a little more drive up the wave. It's an all-around good performance board. You can even ride beginners on it with the low profile. And yeah, all-around great board.
This one's gonna come in a 50-inch, a 52-inch, and a 55-inch for 2020. 2020 Phase 5 Model X. We got some updates this year. The biggest change is gonna be in the tail. The front, probably 3/4 of the board is the same as it's always been. Very popular board, great for bigger riders in the bigger size. On the tail, you're gonna see we've got like a nice little wing here. So we kept the volume in the middle of the board. It's gonna keep it fast. It's gonna keep it going down the line. On the tail, we kind of pulled it in, gave it a little bit of a fishtail. That's gonna let a big wide board roll over rail to rail a lot smoother and make it easier and more controllable as you're riding it. Comes in a 53-inch and a 57-inch for 2020. Tri-fin setup. It's gonna come with 3 2-inch fins, maximum stability, maximum bite in the wave. And you can adjust that. You can pull fins out, you can put smaller fins in, free it up a little bit, kind of personalize it the way you like it. Fresh new graphic for 2020. All right, our other super popular bigger guy board is the 2020 Phase 5 Trident. A big difference in this and the Model X is gonna be the overall volume. This one keeps a much wider tail. It's gonna keep the board a little higher in the water for a heavier rider so he's not digging in and sinking. Keeps it nice and fast.
It's got an all-around wide profile, wide tail, but also has a pulled-in nose. So for those bigger guys that want that push and that float and also want to release the board and get a little more tricky with it, this is your go-to. Also comes with 3 fins. We're running the tri-fin setup. Those are 3 2-inch fins. A lot of drive, a lot of speed, and like we said on prior boards, you can still drop the outside fins and have a center fin, which gives you a looser feel.
All right, guys, I've got the 2020 MVP designed by current world champ John Akerman. Awesome board. I gotta be honest with you, it's probably one of my favorite graphics in the entire lineup. Just the look of it overall, super clean, super classy. I got John right here. He's gonna tell you all about it.
So with the MVP, as you can see, for the past few years, I went with a full deck pad. I don't like to have any loose spots on my board. I also went with the kick pad on the nose as well for riding the board backwards. So when I do a shove it, I still have a kick pad to do another shove it. And I also do some hang 5s on that bad boy. But here I have a thin profile, 5/8 to the core, and the outside has a 3/4 inch rail, so you can get a good grab on your tricks. It also adds a little float. Some riders were riding the 56, and then they went down to a 53 because of this added rail that does give you a little extra float. Helps me land a lot of my tricks a little more accurate, and it's just an all-around tight skimboard. Comes with a 1-inch fin. I take the fin out and ride it finless. You could put a 2-inch fin in it and it'll give you a whole different feel. So definitely experiment with fins. This board comes in a 50 for the younger guys, a 53 for guys like me, and even the bigger guys can get on the performance board at a 56.